Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Heart of Chelmsford. I'm really excited about today's guest because he's someone who's been making waves locally in Chelmsford through radio and wellness. Joining us is Rich Lyman, host of a community radio show on Chelmsford Community Radio, where he focuses on all things wellness. Rich is passionate about showing people how small everyday changes, whether it's movement, nutrition, or mindset, can have a huge impact on well-being. Rich, welcome to the podcast and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mary. That's a lovely introduction. So appreciate that. And thanks for the invite.
So let's just start about talking about your role on the radio. So you host the local wellness focus show. What inspired you to bring the conversation about wellness to the radio?
Yeah, definitely. So Feel Good Friday is on every Friday, 7 p.m. on Chelmsford Community Radio. So anyone can tune in anytime or have if you've got a suggestion for a guest, by all means. I think Mary's going to be on it in a couple of weeks as well. So that'll be great to repay the favour there. But yeah, it's wellness focused, and I think that a lot of people in the Chelmsford community could do with a little boost. And whether that's something every day that makes them smile, or whether it's getting moving or adding a bit of nutrition tweaks into their lives, it all adds up. It's what you said in the intro. Those micro building blocks turn into some massive change. And a lot of people have been following advice of guests on my show and seen real differences in their lives, and that has a ripple effect to those around them. So yeah, I think it's all in all great for the community, for everyone just to feel a little bit better, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And do you find the radio is a unique way to connect with the local community compared to other platforms?
Yeah, exactly. Because a radio is like a companion, and we are in Chelmsford, which is the birthplace of radio.
Yeah,
Marconi did his magic all those years ago, and yeah, there's lots of those sort of legacy pieces in Chelmsford, and the community radio station is one of those. So yeah, it's whether the radio's on in the car or whilst you're cooking or whilst you're trying to get yourself cheered up to get out of bed and do something fun in the day, or you're doing something really serious at work, whatever it is, we can be there in the background to give you some feel good music as well as some wellness tips that might sort of spark your imagination and make you feel a little bit better.
yeah, no, amazing. So obviously wellness can sometimes feel quite like an overwhelming topic.
Mm.
I know you've made it quite approachable. You've said that well-being doesn't have to be complicated. It's about being simple. It's about simple changes in movement, nutrition, and mindset. Can you just share an example of a small change that can make a difference in someone's day-to-day life?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the classic one is doing squats whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil. That could
Yeah,
take 90 seconds, but what else are you going to do? Scroll on your phone? That's probably not healthy. It's good to get your chin up, get your body moving a little bit, and that will give you as much of a boost as that cuppa that you're making to get you through that afternoon slump or that first thing in the morning moment. And another element could be standing on one leg whilst you're brushing your teeth. It sounds bonkers, and your partner's probably going to think, "What are
not
they
heard of that
doing?"
one.
It's about balance, and it's about building up that core strength and those that alignment. Whilst you're doing your top row, you can do one leg and do your bottom row with the other leg, and you're thinking, wow, I'm probably getting a minute on each side there, but those minutes every day, twice a day,
It
is
adds
adding
up.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, people will be going around Chelmsford doing squats while they're waiting to make their coffee and balancing on one leg while they're brushing their teeth.
Please do. I'll be looking out for you.
So, do you think sometimes people do overcomplicate well-being? I know obviously we've spoken about the consistency and standing on one leg for a minute and then the other leg for a minute. Why do you think that people overcomplicate it so much?
I think it can seem overwhelming when someone's saying, right, I want to change my life. I'm going to go run a marathon. And like, I've run a few marathons and they're not easy. And the training is intense and it's weeks and weeks. And you're doing some quite heavy sessions for hours at a time sometimes. That's not what we're asking people. We're
Yeah,
saying, what is your equivalent? Is it the Couch to 5K app, which is a brilliant piece of work by the NHS that
Mm.
you can download, and you have celebrities in your ears telling you run for 1 minute today, jog to the end of your road, that kind of thing. And like I was saying earlier, Mary, if you build that up, that
Yeah,
1 minute becomes 2 minutes the next day,
yeah,
4 minutes, 6 minutes, and then you've ran a mile, and you never thought you could do that
yeah,
2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's what I would say. Break it down into manageable chunks. And I've recently retrained as a personal trainer, and the reason I've done that is because I want to help people a little bit
yeah,
more. And I think that's my approach to wellness and fitness and
yeah,
nutrition. It's all one package. And if you can change that mindset to say, okay, what are the little things that I can do that are going to add up, then you can very quickly become a fully, fitter, better, brighter, more chatty, happy person, which is what everyone is, scrolling on Instagram looking for. But
yeah,
you can be that, that's it's
yeah, just by
really
making
simple.
really small changes.
And I think you need accountability, and motivation isn't always the easiest thing to come by. But
Mm.
if you have a tick sheet on your wall, did I do my 10 squats today? If squats aren't your thing, absolutely fine. Find something that is. Is it lunges? Is it throwing a ball with your child in the garden? Is it just doing something active, taking your dog for a walk a little bit further on the day, just to get those steps in? Whatever it is, as long as it's movement, ideally in nature, and you can go with a friend, chat to someone on the phone whilst you're
Yeah,
doing these things. It's just going to motivate you. And the more you talk a little bit about the changes that you've made, you'll inspire others as well. And those people will all of a sudden become your allies and your accountability partners and say, oh, I saw there's a local netball team in Chelmsford. Do you fancy giving that a go? And absolutely, there's so many clubs, and Chelmsford is a really thriving place for fitness and well-being. We've got some of the best gyms. We've got a amazing athletic centre,
yeah, we have.
couple of riverside swimming. Everything is on our doorstep.
It
Like,
is.
there's
Yeah,
literally no excuse to getting started. So I think the main thing is find the thing that you enjoy, because
yeah,
that's the thing that you'll keep doing. Like, there's no point saying, right, I'm gonna start, I don't know, CrossFit and hate it every day, because yeah, you'll see changes, but you probably won't want to be going in 6 months' time. But if you find that canoeing club that you absolutely love, you'll make friends, you'll be doing it every week, and you'll find that you won't let yourself down. So yeah, that's my advice.
amazing. Thank you, Rich. So, obviously, your work is rooted here in Chelmsford. What do you think some of the unique wellness challenges or opportunities are for people living in Chelmsford? Obviously, we've touched on the fact that we are very fortunate to have such amazing facilities in the city. But yeah, do you think there's any challenges or opportunities that you would recommend?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the opportunities are find your tribe, and that could be there's there's a park run that happens in Central Park
Yeah,
every week at 9 a.m. That sounds daunting, but when I first went, I was 3 stone heavier and I walked it, and then all of a sudden I'm running it in like 20 minutes now, and it's a different way of looking at progress. But there's so many people down there that you can go around with and have a little chat with on the way around, and they're so completely welcoming. I think there's another couple of run clubs in Chelsea. There's so many like boot camps and fitness academies. Like, I run my own boot camp, so you're welcome to search me, Rich Lyman, and find that and join along. I've got some really great team members that come along to that as well, and have started in completely different areas and
yeah,
motivate each other. And my role as a coach is to meet them where they are, find out where they want to be, and take them on their individual journey, and that involves nutrition as well.
yeah,
We've got a really great market in Chelmsford. There's lots of great local food producers, like shop local, shop, you know whole foods. Don't go for the anything that comes in plastic packaging. Probably isn't great for you. It's convenient, but so's an apple. It's
Yeah.
like it's making those tiny sensible choices each day to ensure that you're going to have a great evening, which turns into a great sleep, which turns into waking up fresh in the morning and maybe making a fitness decision or calling that friend which you were too tired to call yesterday. That those kind of connections are just going to make you feel a little bit happier and healthier.
Yeah, no, definitely. So where's your boot camp? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I do either personal one-to-one or I visit a number of parks around Chelmsford. So yeah, by all means, get in touch and yeah, I'll work to what works for you. But we do everything from the hardcore physical exercise to gentle jogs right through to I've got a few of them attending an event that's coming up in a few weeks, which is in London. And it's a big deal because these are guys who have come from no athletic backgrounds and
Yeah,
now they're training against other athletes in order to prove to themselves how fit they are. And yeah, it's wonderful to see. And we entered it as a team, and they're going to be doing fantastic. I just know it, but it's also raising money for cancer charities. So yeah, it's great to tie in a fitness goal to
yeah,
a good cause because that motivates you as well,
yeah,
especially if it's something which is connected to you. Like I think from our point of view, most people we know have been touched by cancer. So
yeah,
yeah, it's a great cause, and there's loads of great local charities in Chelmsford that would be chomping at the bit for you to raise money for them. So
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Seek out what you enjoy, and if you want to get involved with what I'm doing, but please reach out, and I'll do you a cheeky discount if you mention Mary Bug's podcast.
Amazing. No, it sounds like, yeah, it's a really, really good opportunity for the people you're working with as well, isn't it? And then obviously raising money for a worthwhile charity as well.
Mm.
So yeah, no, that's really lovely. So obviously you're in a really interesting position because you're both a radio host and now obviously you're joining us on the podcast. How do you see podcasts and radio complementing each other when it comes to spreading the messages of well-being?
Yeah, they're fantastic opportunities. I think the thing with the podcast as well is you can take it on your walk or on your run or plug it into your car, and there's such a wealth of experts. Like I found myself interviewing so many great local people who
Mm.
are making waves in the wellness space, whether it's, acupuncture or gardening or fitness or art. All these areas are complementary to our own well-being, and as long as they are helping the mind, the body, community, like those are three huge pillars in Chelmsford that I think
Yeah,
are really good. So yeah, I would say subscribe to all the podcasts that you like, tune into the radio whenever you can, get involved, reach out. Like I know Mary's very open to people contacting her and talking about what's been going on her podcast, and so am I with my radio show. So yeah, absolutely. It's about connecting, and we are providing a service for the people of Chelmsford. So that feedback's really important.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Obviously, you've kindly offered to promote podcasts like this one on your radio show, and how important is collaboration across platforms for reaching a wider audience?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Mary. I come from a marketing background, so my job in the city is to get brands reach and collaboration and working with influencers and local organizations to get the message out there. In my own work, where it's my radio show or my my fitness work, I want to work with brands that I believe in and that are sharing that vision because really, if they're helping mind, body, soul, community, those are three big ticks for me.
Yeah,
And I want to absolutely work with yourself and other brands like that. So yeah, by all means, if you're in that space and you're looking to collaborate in Chelmsford, absolutely to reach out to myself, and I'm sure Mary feels the same.
Fantastic. No, thank you very much. So obviously one of the most rewarding things about wellness work is hearing the real life stories. Have you had a listener or a guest share a story with you that's really highlighted the power of the small changes that you talk about weekly?
My goodness, yeah. I mean,
I
I've
bet you've
I've
got
had
quite a few.
yeah, I've had people come on who have, reversed chronic pain through certain practices and come back from, it sounds dark, but from the brink of suicide through a mindset changes and things like that that are like totally inspirational. And I probably wouldn't do them justice to recount their stories, but I could tell you my story. So I started in lockdown, three stone heavier, and had a had my daily hour of prescribed exercise from the government, didn't we? We were all allowed out of the
Oh,
house for
yes.
1 hour. So I started off just walking, and I thought, actually, this is quite nice, like being outside, and started, just jogging a bit, and thought, well, actually, me and my wife were trying for children at the time, and we'd been trying for about 4 years, and it wasn't happening, and yeah, we were getting really stressed with it, and we were told by medical professionals that it wasn't going to happen, because we had issues on both sides, so it's quite tricky to
Yeah.
fix. But by changing our mindsets and getting outside and moving, like I've done 7 marathons since lockdown, and
Oh,
and
wow.
she's done various sponsored swims and runs and
Mm.
things for various charities, and we ended up conceiving and have two beautiful young boys now, and I
Oh,
think
amazing.
it's like, to be told you can't do something,
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset, well, I'm just going to try and
Yeah.
find a way. And I tried a lot of the therapies and all these kind of local people that were offering services to say, look, I can help. I'm a fantastic nutritionist. Try this, and this. I'm a, acupuncture or holistic therapist. All these people live in our community, and to reach out to them. So my purpose of starting the radio show, which I did the year after, was to give those people a platform to elevate
Yeah.
them so they can help more people in the community that may have other issues going on, that want to, you know, make their lives better. So yeah, that's my motivation. That's what keeps me going, and that's my story.
No, that's really lovely. I suppose obviously it's helped you create what you do now, as you've said, and it's just knowing that it's worked for you and then passing that to the local community is really lovely. And to be able to share your story that is a success,
Mm.
is really, really lovely to hear. And the boys are all okay, they're doing well.
Absolutely. The first one has just started school. So yeah, absolutely. He's loving it. Really good.
Good, good. No, that's really, really lovely to hear. So obviously, looking forward, a lot is happening in the wellness space. It's a lot more spoken about, which is great. Mindset, wellness, and health is everything, really,
Mm,
especially mental health as well.
mm.
So, are there any trends that you see emerging in the wellness world, especially locally, that people should be paying attention to?
Yeah, there's a couple of new great gyms that have opened that are getting more specific.
Yeah,
Like if you are someone who has these certain challenges, there is someone who can help you specifically. And I guess that's why I wanted to become like a personal trainer, because I can make things personal. It's not
yeah.
just a training plan which you can download off the internet. It's a real person who has experience and wants to help you in a specific way. So
Mm,
yeah, I would say find locally someone or a group or a gym or something that is going to tailor to you, because
yeah.
that is going to make you feel heard more. It's going to make it more specific to your needs and help you to continue and keep doing what you want to do and get to your goal on your journey. So, yeah, I think in terms of authenticity, that's very tricky, and you need to find someone that is well researched and has, you know, done the things that they're talking about
Yeah,
themselves and have the experience
yeah,
because I that it's a crowded market for sure, and wellness is in a boom right now, which is brilliant, but you have to be careful navigating that, I would say.
yeah. I think if you find the right person as well, it will help elevate you. You know, it will make you want to do your squats at the kettle and do your balancing on one leg because you're enjoying it. There's nothing worse than, you know, we recently joined the gym and it's we view pretty much every gym in Chelmsford, and as you know, there are quite a few.
Mm,
But it was making sure it was the right environment that we felt comfortable going to. So we actually went, and it didn't,
mm,
like you say, it didn't feel like a chore. So I
mm,
think it's really about finding that person that gets you, that you get on with, because otherwise you end up paying between 30 and £100 a month for something that you're never going to use, and the direct debit keeps going out and you just let it roll. So yeah, I think it's really about finding the right group, the right person, the right place and
mm.
everything.
I
So
think I'm glad you found what's right for you
yeah,
guys as well. That's really key, and I hope you continue to be motivated to go there. I think the same, if we can just touch on mental health, is true
of
for
course.
therapists.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I cover that side on my show as well. Um, I don't offer that as a service myself because I'm not trained in that
Mhm.
area, but I do signpost. So that I've worked with a lot of people from overcoming addiction to bereavement to all these challenges that people have in their life, as well as very basic things like how to get motivated and
Mm.
things like that. So I would say the same with therapists. Try a few, don't feel locked in,
Yeah,
see,
definitely.
and don't feel scared to ask for help. I would say that's a very positive thing actually at the moment. Certainly since lockdown, it's become a lot more common to talk about mental
Yeah.
health, and it's so important, especially for your community, your local people, whether it's the people that you live with. There's nothing worse than living with someone who bottles something up and you just want to talk, and maybe you're not the right person to talk to them because you're their partner and you're too close, and maybe they need to talk to someone else, and you should be encouraging that, and they should be open to that as well. So I think if that person may need some help, or maybe it's yourself, don't be scared. Reach out. Every single therapist that I've spoken to on my show is so open, so nice. Most of them offer a free consultation as well, so there's no financial output. But try a few. It's like finding the right hairdresser. You got to find what works for you and the person that gets you. So yeah, by all means, promote mental health awareness.
Oh, 100%. I think the biggest thing for me, you know, I've got teenagers as well. So obviously the world of social media is absolutely crazy. But I think the biggest thing for me is it is okay not to be okay.
Mm,
And there's so many people out there that suffer in silence, and it shouldn't be like that. Um, you know, and there's so many people out there that do want to help. So yeah, mental health is massive, and people just need to understand that there are people out there that want to help, you know. So yeah, no, I'm glad we touched on that because it is a massive thing for me as well personally, and yeah, it's something that I'm really quite passionate about, I
mm,
suppose. So yeah, no, thank you for touching on that. So going back to obviously wellness, it's finally becoming a little bit less of a buzzword and more of a lifestyle
mm.
that people are embracing. So for our listeners who might feel stuck or overwhelmed, what's one simple step they could take by starting improving their well-being? I know obviously we've spoken about the squats, but is there anything else? Because it's not just about exercise, is it? There's other things as well. So is there any other tips or tricks that could help our listeners?
Yeah, so the
Obviously.
hardest step is the step through the door of the gym. That
Yeah.
sounds like a cliche, but it really is. And even if you go there and most people have a gym membership, like you said earlier, whether it's a direct debit that's coming out of their bank and they're like, oh, that burden again, I just can't deal
Mm.
with it. Or I can't get out of that that contract or
It's
whatever.
up for 12 months.
Just use it. Like, so what
Yeah.
if you go there and you do 5 minutes on the elliptical or the stair climber or whatever it is? Like, that's enough. That's fine. Don't be harsh on yourself because that affects your mental health as well. champion yourself. You're the person that made it to the gym today. There's hundreds of people that they've got in their direct debits that don't make it every day.
Mm,
So it's great. I would say that's the hardest step, is doing something that moves you, or the step onto your yoga mat at home and doing some stretches in front of the telly whilst you're waiting for your dinner to heat up. Whatever. That's cool. It's just getting yourself moving and doing something is better than nothing. And that feeling is addictive. Like, if you've done those stretches, you're going to feel a bit more supple the next day, a bit more
mm.
mobile. You're going to have a little bit of a spring in your step. Even if you feel tired after that gym session, your endorphins will be going. You may be red faced and sweaty, but you've earned that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great. Have a nice shower and feel good about yourself. So yeah, I would say those are the hardest steps, and don't be harsh on yourself. The little things that you do really do count, and build them up in your mind, and don't worry about a missed day. Like, just don't make it 2 days in a row. Do the next day.
yeah. I think it's really important. Like, even if, if you don't do much at all, even if you go for a 10-minute walk and then the next day make it 11 minutes, and by
Mm,
the end of the month you'll be at an hour.
mm,
And it really is making the small steps count, isn't it? And
mm.
just starting. It's yeah,
We've got the most beautiful parks in
we
Chelmsford,
have.
right?
We
And
have.
just go and appreciate that. Your tax is paying for them. Like, you may
Yeah,
as well go and enjoy them. Like, they're absolutely stunning. So yeah, and
yeah.
the changing of the seasons, like, it looks great. So yeah, go and appreciate what we've got on our doorstep.
We spend a lot of time
Great.
over Parklands Farm and Gallywood Common
Mm,
with the dog, and it's so peaceful and
mm,
quiet, and yeah, we just love it. We started just by going round down one side and back on the other, and now we're doing 2.5 to 3 miles a day with her. So yeah, yeah, we are very even though we live in a very, very busy city,
mm,
we're very, very fortunate to have some lovely green spaces. You've got Central Park,
mm,
you've got the river walks by Chelmer Village.
mm.
There's just so much beautiful green space in Chelmsford. We are really, really fortunate. So yeah. Thank you so much, Rich, for joining us today. And for everyone listening, be sure to check out the Chelmsford Community Radio and catch Rich's show for more tips, inspiration, encouragement around wellbeing. Don't forget to subscribe to the Heart of Chelmsford for more inspiring conversations.
Thank you, Mary. It's been great chatting to you.
And you, thank you so much for coming.